obviously the shocker of all the game ones, and that's the Magic beating the Pistons, the 8 seed, knocking off the 1 seed. Is it now what the Pistons have lost 11 straight home playoff
I
games?
thought it was. It's in the double digits.
It may be more.
I may be thinking it's 14.
Either way,
or I think they haven't won one since 2014.
Either way, the number's way too high. That just can't really happen. And it was honestly a pretty commanding win from the Magic. It didn't feel fluky. It's not like the Magic went out there and shot 50% from 3. They actually were sub 30% from 3, which is kind of on the mark for them. But Paulo Banchero locked in. He looked really good in the touches he got. He was very confident and he was very assertive with the ball. He knew what he wanted to do. His shot making was actually quite good, which is not always the case for him. And then the pieces around him really fell into place. You know, Jalen Suggs is flying around. Franz added a lot. Wendell Carter was phenomenal down low. And overall, they completely nullified the Pistons' greatest strength, which is, we're the Pistons. We're the big, tough team. And it just did not look like the case on the court, I guess, Sunday. So that was a shock. And, you know, it sucks for Pistons to waste that Cade game where he had, 39 points.
39.
It was very phenomenal. But they just don't have the spacing and the shooting around him. And then the other big physical guys that are supposed to get in the paint, grab offensive rebounds, you know, make layups, didn't do that. I mean, Jalen Duren shot the ball 4 times, and that's a guy that, like, some people have put on their all-NBA teams for this season. He was an all-star. Like, that can't happen. That just simply cannot happen. You cannot take 4 shots in a playoff game. You can't finish with 8 points. You can't go through long stretches as the second-best player on the 1 seed and have people go, oh, wait, Jalen Duren's out there right now? You're getting outdueled by Wendell Carter Jr.? No disrespect to Wendell Carter Jr. He played great, but once again, that just can't happen. A great win for the Magic, but y'all's thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought it was just a clear representation of the difference between a team playing their 3rd game in 5 days versus a team who hadn't played in over a week. Not to mention when they played a week ago, their starters only played 20 minutes in that game against the Pacers to end the season, so I'm not surprised by them being off to the slow start. And I do think they get a pass for this, and they've at least from what I've seen today, they've gotten a pass for it because they're a young team. This is just their 2nd time in the postseason.
True.
2 years ago, they had 14 total wins. Now they're the 1 seed of the Eastern Conference. They get a pass for this. They're not the Celtics, they're not the Cavs, they're not the Knicks, who are the 1 seed and lose, you know, a game 1 at home. Those are inexcusable losses. This one, not so much. I just think this was a little bit of rust for them, and I don't think we should overreact too much to the Magic and the way that they played in this game. It is not surprising to me that they won a game in this series. I told y'all it was going to be a bad matchup. The Magic and the Heat were the 2 bad matchups. They split the series with the Magic this year. Cade Cunningham averaged 33 a game against the Magic. In the 3 games he played, he scores 39, so he raises his average. But outside of that, they couldn't find any other scoring, and that again showed in this game. So I'm not surprised the Magic stole this game whatsoever. But we also have to remember the Magic are in the past week lost to the Celtics B team, Celtics G League team in
C
game 82.
team maybe?
Maybe
Honestly.
C team, yeah, in game 82, and they got blown out by the 76ers, who then turned around and got blown out by the Celtics. So this is not a Magic team that I think is going to sustain this over 4 straight games. Will they find this performance maybe 2 more times? Sure. I think it's definitely possible. But the Pistons they're going to have to learn from this in terms of how to start a playoff series when you've rested for an entire week. And they're going to need this for other series as well throughout their playoff careers.
Yeah.
What happens when you sweep a team and you have to sit out for a week? You need to be prepared for that game 1 at home, because you can't just can't just give it to their team, because immediately then home court advantage is theirs that quickly.
Yeah,
And
it's go ahead.
I was going to say, you just talk about like the lack of scoring outside of Cunningham. For reference, only one other player scored in double digits on Sunday night, that's just kind of wild in the NBA where you
Tobias Harris, who was it?
It was Tobias Harris was 17. Everyone else had less than that. They played a deep bench, played 6 guys off the bench, but
Yeah.
none of those guys scored more than 6. So just not a lot of points scored anywhere outside of Cade Cunningham and then Tobias Harris.
Yeah, the youth is a good point because it is like they've not been here before. Now, it is still tough to, you would like them to show up a little better in a spot they've not been in before. And as much as I just got on the Pistons to start the segment, I don't think the Magic are going to win this series, but I do now think that this series is going to be a tough ask from the Pistons in terms of they're going to be pushed a lot more than most 1 seeds are by an 8 seed, and they're really going to have to grow from it. And it may honestly copium, but it may honestly help because it's pretty clear they play that deep bench, right? They're still like trying to figure out who in the world is going to give scoring off the bench, who's going to help Cade, who's going to hit the shots and help space the floor. And so maybe throughout the course of the series, they can find that. Maybe they don't have it on the roster, and that's going to limit their ceiling in this playoffs. But it looks like they're still trying to figure some stuff out in terms of, hey, we're new to this playoff thing. Who can play, who can't? And the Magic took full advantage of that and just kind of exerted their will. And it honestly did show a little bit why, they were my rod and egg on Thursday, why the Magic season has been so frustrating. Because there's a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah.
They got some dudes. And they put it together in one game, and now it's like, can they do it again? You shouldn't really expect them to. They've not done it all season. But it was a good sign to see.
I don't think they have it on the roster as far as like the second scoring output.
Sure.
With Cade, I think they're especially if Jalen Duren's going to just revert to old Jalen Duren throughout the playoffs, which I don't expect. But we already saw it through one game, which means it could happen again. If without Dennis Jenkins having that like really hot stretch after the Cade injury, I'm not sure you would have anyone on the bench you'd believe in coming off the bench to score any points.
Yeah.
I do I just expect their players to shoot better a little bit. Tobias Harris is 1 for 7 from 3. Dennis Jenkins hit his first 3 of the game off the bench. It was like, oh boy, here we go. And then he missed his next 5 threes in the game. I think they're going to shoot a little bit better. But as far as their ceiling, it is a little capped. It is a little Cade reliant. And so Jalen Duren, which is how you started, has to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
You can't let Wendell Carter Jr., Bulls legend, Wendell Carter Jr., bully him like he did in that game.
And you already said it, but like I expect him to be more aggressive going forward. I expect him to, get in the film session or even like sitting in the locker room 5 minutes after the game and be like, bro, what was I doing? Like, that's not me.
Yeah.
Because it's not been him. So he definitely has to step it up.
They, as a whole, need to step it up because Tolu Smith is here and he wants to win a ring.
He's ready to steal some minutes,
Yeah.
He's here to win a ring.
Sure.
Let's get Tolu a ring.
Would that be? That's definitely not the first Mississippi State guy to win an NBA championship.
I'll ask Google Gemini and see what they say.
Because that would be kind of sick.
I can't think of one off my head, but like, did Quindale Weatherspoon
yeah,
spend
Q
some
won
time
one
on the
with the
Warriors?
Warriors.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Okay, would this be the first time a state guy is not on? I think Q was on a 2-way contract at the time.
Yeah, I don't think he ever got a standard.
There's 3 of them.
Oh.
Jarvis Fernando.
Shout out
Bernardo.
Jarvis.
Bernardo.
Sorry.
All-time NCAA blocks leader for a career.
Yep.
He won with the Miami Heat in 2013 when they beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then Bailey Howell.
He was part of that big 3, right? It was him, Wade. It was Bernardo, Wade, and LeBron.
Yep.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Bailey
I'm gonna
Howell.
Photoshop.
sorry.
You know the photo of the Dwayne Wade like running after LeBron
Yeah,
dunk.
it's
You
gonna be
just
Jarvis.
Photoshop Jarvis Bernardo in the background.
Bailey Howell was a 6-time All-Star and won 2 titles with the Celtics in 68 and 69.
That's sick.
Bailey
out
Howell
Bailey Howell.
was arguably a member of the Big 3 with Bill Russell and Bob Cousy.